Hi guys, welcome back to Mummy Cooks Homemade. This is a day in the life of my kitchen. So, yes, that was out of the blue, wasn't it? This does include the usual Friday's recipe. So here what I'm making is a Christmas loaf, Christmas breakfast loaf for my kids. I thought I'd start whipping out that loaf. So I'm doing this the night before, because there's no way I've got time to get up and like make it. I'd need 2 hours before the kids even got up, so so yes, this is a Christmas loaf. What am I chucking in? Oh yeah, bit of salt. It doesn't take much to make something a Christmas loaf if you're going to be truthful. Put in a Christmassy taste and some fruit and you're off. I will put this underneath the video for you though. So happy Christmas everybody, we're getting there. It's going really quick. That's some dehydrated apple. All I'm going to do is put a stack of them together and snip them with my beautiful kitchen shears. So, it probably won't happen during the 12 days of Christmas, but we are turning Fridays into a day in the life of my kitchen. The title I have pinched from Fiona in a Kitchen. But yeah, I'll make it a regular Friday thing. And it will include the recipe that was always given out on a Friday. So, yeah. So putting the spices in, it's mixed spice and it's cinnamon. That's usual over here in the UK for Christmas. You can make mixed spice. Look at you haven't looked. Oh dear, I crack myself up sometimes. I've got a face like a slapped ass. That's because it was late and I was making the bread. Let's put in some proper orange extract, or should you wish, some. My kids will eat the orange peel, that's why I don't use it. Some orange zest, you could put that in. Orange juice. That's just some heated milk with some butter and some maple syrup. And now that's just going on to do its business. That's when it comes out of the, what do you may call it? The bread machine. You can see the fruit in there. Num 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 num. The recipe for today's video is so nice. I actually cooked this a few months ago and I put it on my community post, the picture of the meal, and people were like, oh, I really want that, I really want that. And before I'd even started eating, I was like, yeah, I'll put the recipe up for you. And when I started eating, it was like, no, I'm not. Because that first time I did it, I'd used regular soy sauce instead of reduced sodium soy sauce. So you can imagine the horror, guys, when me and Steve started eating. It was awful, so I couldn't put that up. And then I just completely forgot about redoing it. I'm fighting now. Look, 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 look. I really can't be bothered with this bread at this time of night. This made such a beautiful loaf as well, so I'm glad I just slam it in, Ailey, like you normally do. Go on, go on, you can do it, you can do it. Get that liner out of the way, come on. I don't normally use a liner. I only used it because Steve had it out doing his loaf. There, it's in there, look. I'm happy. Slapping it. You're in and you're staying in. And I do pull the liner up. Watch. I'm not that bad that I actually left that liner like that. There you go. I was laughing. There. And I'm going to leave that to rise now. Now my kitchen's a little bit colder than it was. Look at that beauty. See, that was well worth waiting for. So let it rise till it doubles in size. Slung it in the cooker for half an hour. And Bob's your uncle. So now we're on breakfast. I could smell this while I was toasting it for the kids. Oh. It's not very often, actually, me and Steve bother. I had a question before about why I didn't show what I had for lunch in a previous video. But oftentimes we don't bother. I did on this one, though. But oftentimes we just don't bother. So, yeah, that's why. So, that's the kids' Christmas toast. You can see the big chunks of apple there, look. And you don't use margarine for a loaf like this. Nobody tell me if you make this loaf and you put margarine on it. I don't want to know. Please. So, I'm making their juices for school. Since COVID and all this lot, they've been allowed to take their own juices into school. It's supposed to be water, to be honest, but they get juice in my house. They won't drink blooming water. And they wanted raisins. I hope he's left it in. Wait for it, wait for it. Wait for it. It's coming. I'm laughing, look. Oh, I tell you. I knew it was coming before I even tried doing it anyway, so... This is how my life goes, why I don't do a day in the life more often. Oh dear. They didn't have pack-ups this day, but they're allowed a snack in the morning before dinner on break time. So they wanted the raisins. Moving on. So... do their juices for school. And then just like throw them out the house. This is one of the worst times for me, is morning time. It's horrendous in my house. Probably isn't a lot of people's houses. But trying to get blooming kids to move in the morning. Well, I only have problems with one. The older one. Trying to get her to move in the morning. Oh. Dear. I tell you. And that's the raisins for the snack. And now we're getting to my dinner time that I had especially for Day in the Life. So I had some of that bread, obviously, because I could smell it all morning. And I had a bit of bacon grill on it. I do love me bacon grill. And there we go. Nothing exciting at lunchtime. There we are. Lovely jubbly. Sweet. Sweet from the bread. Salty from the bacon grill. So this here is Mongolian beef. Done in the slow cooker. Gets no easier than that. Oh dear. So here I'm using 700 grams. And I start cutting it and then I just throw it in. Who's got time to mess about? So I'm putting in a medium-sized onion. But I'm not chopping it up into thin slices. All I'm going to do is chop it in half. And then I want it in each half in 3 sections. Which you'll see in a second anyway. So like that. One. Another cut. And then throw it in. So now I'm going to chuck in mushrooms. Don't mess it about, get them in. I'm checking to make sure that they are clean. Shouldn't really wash your mushrooms, guys, but if you do get dirty ones, you can dampen a paper towel and wipe them over, but you shouldn't wash them because they're like sponges. So I chucked in a whole packet of mushrooms. Then I'm chucking in a teaspoon of garlic, and then you want some fresh ginger. About a teaspoon of minced ginger. Do you like my throwing technique? I've got that down to a fine art. So it's a tablespoon of sesame oil, low sodium light soy sauce, so that's half a cup. If there's people from the UK watching this, I mean, I will change them into mils and whatnot for you, but really it don't cost you much to buy a set of the cups. They're really, really cheap. So hang on, where am I? Soy sauce is half a cup, brown sugar is a third of a cup, half a cup of water, and you can use, I've used half a cup of green onions, and then I'm using a tablespoon, one of oyster sauce, and that is sweet soy sauce, it's thicker. So I've used a tablespoon of each. And I'm going to give it a wee old mix. So I mix up some cornstarch when it's finished cooking. I mix up some cornstarch in a cup. Corn flour over it, guys, and pour it in just to thicken that sauce up. Most of us have got that. And I used microwave rice, it couldn't be easier. The Mongolian beef was left alone, stirred a couple of times, left alone to cook on high for 2.5 to 3 hours, depending on the size of your meat, until your meat was tender. Or you can put it on low for longer. See, look, I thicken that up with that corn flour, guys. And look at that now. Ooh. That was real nice. Steve liked that. And I will put the recipe, like I said. And there we go, Mongolian beef. Steve had it with spicy Mexican rice because he likes spicy stuff. And there we have it. That is said recipe. It was really nice. Definitely. Get out some prawn crackers. Num num. And I think now, the last bit, all I did was prep this for Caitlin for the next day for a pack up. This is one fruit, you know, I really don't like to prep. And I think they're a waste of money. They're acidic and they burn your tongue. I don't like them anyway, but... no, it's not a fruit I enjoy prepping. There's a lot of waste on one of these. And because I don't like pineapple, I can smell it on my hands even though I've washed them. So all I'm doing is prepping it. Oh, excuse me. prepping it ready for the next day because she has pack up. She wants to take some in her pack up. Is there an easier way of doing pineapple? I'm sure there is, because I don't do them very often. If there is, let me know, guys, in comments. I would love to know. I would love to never peel one again. These bags are amazing. Amazing! They're so good. These stand up in your fridge. So it could be full of liquid, it could be... I mean, I store like used. I don't put used cheese in it. I open foods I put in mine usually. Or stuff like this. And it stands up in the fridge. So even if it's got something like this that's got liquids within it, they're not going to leak out because they stay stood up in the fridge. They're excellent. I use it for cheeses, for the kids, you know, Baby Bells and string cheeses and that, because they're quite a good size. Someone's little toes. She's done that on purpose, look. Here comes another one. Oh, pineapple, can I have it? That's Caitlin. So that's it, guys. That is my day in the life of my kitchen. Hope you enjoyed it. And hopefully we'll carry these ones on after the Christmas period. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.